My name is Kefas. I'm 33-year-old. I'm from Kaduna State. I belong to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Politics because that is where decisions are made, and it's a whole lot of activities where there are compromises, agreements and disagreements, but all are aimed towards the betterment of society. So that is why I joined politics. Watching football, traveling, writing. The audacity of, should I say faith or belief? I'm this person who, when I believe in a particular thing, I pursue it to the very end, regardless of the odd, whether the odd are against me or not. This has guided my existence because I've identified so many problems in my constituency, especially from 1999 to date. I wasn't born before 1999, or rather I was born before 1999, but I was not old enough to understand politics and societal problems. So I've realized that there's a disconnect between the constituent with our representatives. So once they win election, they either stay in Abuja or they live in Kaduna. They don't come to the constituency. So I've identified these problems and I feel I could do better. There are other societal problems I've identified, like drugs abuse and substance abuse among teenagers. There's no strong legislation to checkmate these things. So I feel these are things I could do for my people. Then I'm bringing a new style of legislation, a legislation that is interactive, a legislation that I don't just stay in Kaduna. I come to my constituency on a weekly basis, get to hear the people, get to hear their cry, get to hear what they think, and the ones that are good enough to be incorporated into a legislation, then why not? I've been a good student of history. I've also been very keen with the happenings in Kaduna State, where I come from. I was born there, I schooled there. Then I've been close to the grassroots over some time. I hear people talk in the market, in the farms. I get to know what they think about government and governance. And to be frank, a lot of people are discouraged. There's a whole lot of frustration in the society. I'm not saying I'm going to do magic, but I'm coming to change the way legislation is done in my constituency. Like I told a friend, I said, I'm coming to start a correction process. 4 years is not enough to change all these ills, but then I want to start something. I want to set a mark that whoever is coming will like, oh, let me do better than this guy. And before you know it, the society becomes a better place. I'm an activist, I'm a journalist, and May 8th, 2019, I was abducted by the state government. In my state, I've been like the most vocal opposition voice. Even party officials don't do the opposition I do. I challenge every policy of government. The state governor ordered my arrest, where I spent 162 days in prison. But that didn't deter me, it didn't break my spirit. I came out, I became more vocal. This time around, I had the connection. When I cough, the media want to hear what I'm saying. Unlike before, whatever I write ends on my social media pages. But today, I grant interviews internationally. People want to talk to me, people want to know what is happening. So I believe that over the years, I've gone through the fire, the furnace, that will prepare me for leadership position. And I know I'm a leader because a lot of people walk up to me every day. They said, hey, I want you to mentor me. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know there's something I'm doing that people really want to copy. I've got a role model that is not loud. He's a marine engineer. He teaches me discipline. He teaches me loyalty. And that is why I'm still in the PDP. Most of my friends went to join the APC in 2015. Even when the PDP lost, I'm still there. Loyalty. My mentor said, look, if you want to go far in life, be loyal to somebody and something, regardless of the odds. No matter what happened, just be loyal. Then integrity. He taught me integrity. He's a marine engineer who works abroad. He lives in different country. Yet he told me something. He said he doesn't want to accumulate so much money. He just wants to be able to take care of himself and his family. And that is why he doesn't do shady deals. And that struck me. He said, Steve, if you want to go far in life, don't do shady deals. So he's my role model. And even before I venture into politics, I told him, he said, yes, it's good. But then, if you are sure you won't compromise your ideals. And I said, I'll give it a try. So he is my role model. A lot of people know that I don't give up easily. Even if you point a gun on my head, I will not give up. But one talent that I think I have that people don't know is my ability to persevere, to endure. In the prison, a lot of people got broken. A lot of people lost their mind. But I came out of the prison better than I went in, because I had this elastic ability, a shock absorber to absorb whatever that was coming to me. And I said to myself, the day I step into the prison, I said, I'm going to give my mind the freedom my body is going to be denied. That's one thing a lot of people don't know about me. A lot of people don't know that you can push me to any length. You cannot break me. That's my greatest strength. And that is why I know that in this politics, we're going to do a lot of positive things for the society. I hate injustice. From primary schools, sometimes I'm being punished because I'm trying to fight for a pupil. Secondary school, the same thing. So I've always known that I'm going to be a leader someday. People have always told me that I'm going to be a leader someday. I didn't know in what capacity, but then I knew I was going to be a leader because I always find myself leading people, directly or indirectly. I don't campaign for it, but because this is politics, you have to do a whole lot of campaign, and So yeah, I've always known that. I went to Kaduna Polytechnic, where I obtained a national diploma in mineral resources engineering. Then I decided to switch. I went to do HND in computer science. Currently, I'm doing a business administration degree in an online university in the US, University of the People. But I'm practicing journalism. And one will say, how come journalism? I tell people I'm an accidental journalist because necessity is the mother of invention. So the problems and the society I found myself where every day people are constantly being killed on my backyard. So I have no choice than to start reporting, and before you know it, I began to write, and some of the national dailies started publishing some of my articles. So that was when I knew that, wow, it wasn't about what I studied, but what I had passion for. Courage, integrity, honesty. I've got lots of testimony where I pick up battles, fight for people, they get justice. So many of them from all over the country. Some months ago, I had to fight a former governor in the Southeast. People came and told me that this is a dangerous person you're dealing with. I said, no, I'm going to get justice. And truly, to be frank, he tested me because I wrote something, an article, and they said I should pull it down, I should name my price. I said, no, I don't have a price. My price is give justice to those people I wrote about. He did it. I was shocked. He did it. He contested in an election a few months ago. He lost. So over the years, I think I've been able to touch lives. People come to tell me how their rights have been trampled upon. I write about it. There was a notorious DPO in my constituency who was terrorizing everybody and boasting that nobody could get him out of the division. I did an investigative report. 2 weeks later, I was transferred. And he said he's going to deal with me. Now, even the prison where I left, the inmates still celebrate me because the day I left the prison, I told them that I'm going to take up their case, the feeding condition. I did one tweet, and the Ministry of Interior were in the prison the next day. The feeding improved. So I've left my footprint all over the places in terms of human rights, because that is what I represent, human rights and justice. The high cost of governance. We run one of the most expensive governments in the world, where the president has over 5 jets in his presidential fleet. A governor has a private jet. All governors have mansions in Asokoro. And the people we are meant to impact positively on their life, we're not doing it, because most of these resources are spent. If the president is going to China, for instance, he goes with over 100 people in his plane. What for? So the cost of governance is too high. And if I have my way, I'll cut it by 70%. Whether I win or not, I want to be able to show the people how campaigns should be done, issue-based campaign, not about persons, about individual, not about character, but about issues. What are you bringing to the table? I want, whether I win or not, my campaign is going to be strictly issue-based. This is what I'm offering. I'm not coming because I'm tall, because I'm big, or because I'm slim, because I'm dark. No, the issues. That's the legacy I want to leave in politics. Somebody, somewhere, someday will wake up and say, oh, I remember Kefas. His campaign was strictly issue-based. That's the legacy I want to leave. Naturally, women are compassionate people by nature, by default. Now, having more women in politics, if a woman was the governor of Lagos State, for instance, she wouldn't have invited the military to go to Lekki toll gates. She has compassion. She's a mother. Then the young people, we are in the 21st century. You cannot solve 21st century societal challenges with 20th to 19th century politicians. You need the young people. They are innovative. They are in the ICT. They've got talent to solve 21st century challenges. So if you have more women and more youth in politics, the society will be better. We have an analog president, for instance. That is why you could wake up one day and ban Twitter. If he were to be a 21st century leader, someone who is young and innovative, he will understand that the advantages of Twitter outweighs the disadvantages. Once again, my name is Kefas. I'm from Kaduna State, and I am running for the Kaduna State House of Assembly, representing Kagarko constituency.